everyone, welcome back to the channel that knows nothing. I am Gem, and let's get to it. So today we are doing the Astrological Book Tag, which I thought would be pretty fun because I do love the star signs. In spite of how inaccurate they can be sometimes, I really do love being a Libra. I feel like I fall hard on a lot of tropes of being a Libra. Just love it so much. Anyway, so I thought it would be really fun to dive on into this tag today and explore the signs more, because I feel like I don't really know anything but Libra-ness. Even my friends' signs I don't really know, but also like I have like a handful of friends that are just Libras, but we are all very different. So anyway, let's dive on in. Number 1 in this tag is Aries. I think that's how you say it. And that is name a book that was full of desire, fire, and passion. That was a mouthful. Anyway, I decided to go with The Viscount Who Loved Me because that is full show falls within that category of, you know, desire and passion. Probably fire too. I wish like I knew what like fire meant, like steamy? Is that what it's trying to get at? But anyway, that book was very steamy. It's probably my favorite Bridgerton book. In spite of not reading them all yet, it is my favorite so far. Yes. It's still problematic, but it's probably the least problematic that I've read. Number 2 is Taurus, and I actually know 2 Taurans. One is my really close friend and the other is my dad. But it is name a book that was beautifully written, which I'm not so sure that falls into their category, but whatever, I don't care, I didn't write the tag. Anyway, I decided to pick a picture book for this one because even with few words, it is still a beautifully written story by Sean Han. I love that guy, and you can judge me all you freaking want, but I decided to go with The Red Tree. It's such a very important story to me, and if you haven't read it, you should, and I don't want to spoil too much about it, even though it is a picture book. It's lovely as it is devastating. Like, it's happy sad is how I can best explain it. Number 3 in this tag is Gemini, and that is name a story that features twins. And so I have actually read a few books that features twins. There is just so many book series. Like, when you sit down and think about it, there are a lot of them. Like, I thought of Percy Jackson, I thought of The Cruel Prince, I thought of The Land of Raw, as much as I hated that. I thought of The Land of Stories, and I thought of the Elemental series. Like, there's a lot of twins out there. Which, yay for twins. Number 4 in this tag is Cancer, and that is name a book that you thought was a real tearjerker. And I don't really cry in books. I've said this so many times. I feel like I am a broken record in saying it. It's not that I don't want to. I find it sad. I find it devastatingly sad. I'm just more of a visual person. So when I go and see movies, like the adaptation of a book, I will probably cry in scenes that I would have potentially cried in the book. It's just that movies are kind of better at emoting that in me. Like, it's just like they have the songs, they have like the visual thing, and I don't know, like I find it devastatingly sad, just not enough to cry. You know? Some people get it, but anyway, I decided to go with If I Tell You. I don't talk enough about this book. It's an Australian book, and I should talk more about Australian books on this channel because I am Australian, and I'm gonna try and do that. New goal for the year, even though we're halfway through the year at this point that I'm filming this. Number 5 in this tag is name a book that you read that features courageous characters. I don't know why I found that so hard to say. Anyway, I decided to go with Susan, Peter, Edmund, and Lucy for this one, the Pevensies from Narnia, because they are just so freaking awesome, and I feel like you have to be very courageous to be in their shoes, you know, with a lot riding on their shoulders and everything. They are very courageous. Number 6 in this tag is Virgo, and that is name a book you've read that was pure perfection. I don't think I know any Virgos. I'm like, as I'm going through this, I'm just like, do I know anyone who is actually born? I can barely remember birthdays. If I can remember your star sign, you are very, very lucky. Anyway, I decided to go with Law Olympus for this one. It is a recent find, actually recommended to me by a friend, and it is just amazing. If you haven't read it, you should. It is free, it's online, and a hard copy of it is coming out pretty soon. I'm pretty sure it's in October, and it's just amazing. It's basically the story of Persephone and Hades ending up together, and well, they're gonna end up together, because if you don't know the myth of Hades and Persephone, what are you even doing with your life? It is pure perfection. Number 7 in this tag is Libra. Woo, that's me! And I'm offended by this question. It was, name a book you've read that was neither good nor bad. What the fuck? Who wrote this? Anyway, the book I decided to go for with this question is Ruin and Rising. It is the last in the Grishaverse series trilogy. Pick one. And I just didn't think it was a great ending. It was a bit like, it was neither good or bad. It was just like, there you go. And I'm like, I'm a little bit disappointed. Not gonna lie. Just the tiniest bit. Number 8 in this tag is Scorpio, and that is name a book that was dark and mysterious. And I decided to go with the Gone series. I've only read the first 2, but so far it has been pretty dark and mysterious, and there's a lot going on. You know, it's a bit creepy, but it's like kind of, it gives you just enough to be like, ooh, I want to know what happens, but it's so fucking disturbing. Especially, it's just like, wow, these are like a bunch of like 15 or like younger making all these decisions. I'm like, oh, what? Don't do that. Why are you doing that? I need to read the rest. I'm very keen to read the rest. Number 9 in this tag is Sagittarius, and that is name a book that is full of adventure. And I decided to go with Saga for this. It is a little comic series that I do not talk enough about on this channel, but it is good. I love it so much, and I have not read past the 4th one because apparently I'm dumb and can't order it online. Number 10 is Capricorn, and that is name a book that made you think, and I decided to go with Eva Man for this one. It really does make you think on like all these like dystopian books that people write. It's just like, damn, what would happen, and like, would this actually happen? Anyway, Eva Man is kind of set where there's only men left, not that many women. Well, if there are women, they're kind of too old to have like kids, and then Eve comes along and she's like the first girl in like years, and basically it's them trying to like matchmake with her, which is really like weird. It's just like, oh, she's too young for this, and you've like just put all of humanity on her shoulders, and she's like, but I don't like any of them. I want to be with someone I love. Not necessarily marry, but I want to be with someone I love. And I do not like any of these boys. Send them away. One tried to kill me. Number 11 in this tag is Aquarius. Aquarius? Is that how you say it? I don't know. Anyway, name a book that you thought was really quirky, and I decided to go with Frankenstein with this one. And Frankenstein, actually, like, I liked it, but I didn't at the same time. I didn't like it because there was no one to root for, but I did like it for that aspect of it, because there's a lot of books where you either fall to one side of like the fence. Like, you either agree with the goodies or you kind of agree with the baddies, like. But then the two sides of the fence is just like, no, I'm just gonna sit on the fence because you're both stupid and I hate you. There was like the monster and then Frankenstein. They were just, oh, both of them were just so problematic, and it was like good. It was good and bad. That's why it's quirky in my mind. Number 12 in this tag is Pisces, and that is name a book that you thought was really imaginative. And I decided to go with Lumberjanes for this one because I love that series so much. Also, like, it's just so good. It kind of falls into it's like the good side of quirky, which is why I'm like, it's imaginative. It's so cute. It's just like, damn, I wish there was a weird summer camp I could go to and make friends and get weird badges for like weird things happening at the camp. I really need to get the next in it. Normally I go up to Sydney and go to this like a massive bookstore, I forget the name of it, and I always end up getting like the next bits in my comics, but because of COVID it stopped everything and I can't go to Sydney obviously. And yeah, the last time I was in Sydney was for Frozen. That was just purely for Frozen. It was a day trip, And me and Jacinta died at the end of it. Anyway, guys, that's all I've got for you today. Those were all the questions. I love star signs. Should I do more star sign stuff on here? That would be fun, I think. Anyway, guys, that's all I've got for you today. Please like, subscribe, because that is always nice, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.